Hello and welcome back to Live Happy Locs. I am your host, Tori Franklin. Stop it. Stop. Oh, Lordy. Sometimes I get on my own nerves, but I don't. So anyways, hi and welcome. Thank you for coming. Today is a celebration. Today is a celebration. Not a super celebration, but like a mini celebration because it is my 8th months locked. And I'm excited because I'm going to take a look at my hair. We're going to do a deep dive and try to see what's really popping in this head of mine, what's starting to lack, what's still bumbling and fumbling, what is still loosey-goosey, and just have a little fun. This is for the people who really enjoy locks. This is for the people who really just love looking and exploring other people's heads. And we're gonna take a look and see what this process is doing 8 months in. Okay, let's do it. So my head is freshly washed, so you're gonna see some water driplets, whatever, that are just gonna be hanging out. We're gonna start from the bottom and make our way up to the top and see what new things are going on. The lower level of my locks is by far the thinnest locks that I have on my head. This one here is actually a lock that I've had previously. All I did was add some more hair to it, which is why it is thicker than the other ones in this row. Little Bird, which I've talked about a few times. She was just a stray piece of hair that I missed, and I just let her do her own thing. I never twisted her myself. I didn't do anything. This is a freeform lock. So I haven't retwisted in 2 months. The longest I've gone without retwisting has been 3 months, and I'm going to try to go that long, if not longer. Yes. This row is when the locks really start to thicken. These ones are pretty much all starting to lock towards the middle of the lock. There's a lot of new growth by the root, and then they're pretty soft at the ends. This is the row with all of the thick boys, okay? All the thick mama jammas are in this row coming up. The same is true for these, where the root is pretty much all free hair and the middle is starting to lock, and then the end is really soft. And in this row is when I start to see some flat locks, which I'll get into in a minute. Okay, so I'm excited about this side of my head because some months ago I had 2 locks that were starting to marry, and I just felt really bad, like keeping love apart. I'm a romantic at heart, and when I saw these 2 locks trying to come together in union, I couldn't bring myself to pull them apart, so I let them stay. I gave them a formal wedding and ceremony, and their name are Zach and Wheezy, and they have been married for a couple months now. You can see them here all together, all the way up to here, and they're really happy. The name Zach and Wheezy may sound familiar if you are a 90s baby from Dragon Tales. But these are the rest that are on this side. This lock is starting to get flat, if you can see that. See that there? So I do have a couple flat locks, or locks that are beginning to flatten. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I knew from the beginning I didn't want a set of locks that was clean and prim and proper and normal. I wanted them to have their own experience, their own journey, such as my life. And so some are small, as you see, some are very thick, some are very round, and some are a little flat. And then of course I have my married couple in here. So moving on to the side. Here's another flat lock. This one's actually like really flat. See how thick it looks from the side, from the top, and then from the side. It's very flat. So I might have like 3 or 4 flat locks. This isn't one of them. This one's pretty round. This one's very round. So I think this one might be one of my thickest locks. It's definitely the thickest one I have on top. And it's actually one of my favorites for some reason. I'm not sure. Just because it has so many different shapes. It's very round at the top, and then it gets all bumbly in the middle, and then it just like thins out. And it's like, okay, that's enough. It like used up all its thickness in here at the top. So I really like this one. This one seems like it's starting to flatten. I think it's interesting that the ones on top are flattening because, correct me if I'm wrong, don't they flatten because, you know, after, from not retwisting them, of course, but then laying on them after they've been washed or something? I'm not really sure. I do not know. That's just my logic trying to make it make sense. So it's interesting to me that ones on top are flattening when I don't lay on the top of my head. But I like this lock too. Look at its shapes. Look at all these bunches of oats. All these bunches of oats. And then this is the one that's in the front that's always having a good time. Look at this party. Look at this party here. Freaking love it. That's my head. Freaking love it. I'm really enjoying it. 8 months in and still really excited for the process and how it's growing and changing. I personally don't see that it's grown a whole lot. I know my ponytail has grown in length. I've done some ponytail comparison pictures. But as far as like when I just wear it down, I feel like it's still not longer than my tattoo, which you can't see right now. Yeah, that's it. That's my 8 months. I'm excited to be back for more. I hope you guys enjoyed this exploration deep into my skull. And I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Live happy.